What's up, guys? I wanted to post a little bit of a life update here. First and foremost, because as long as I'm posting online, I'd like there to be a little bit of continuity to the story that I'm telling here. But more importantly, there's a lot of people, as for many of us, that I've made just amazing connections to over the years, far and wide, and I don't keep up with them as much as I wish I could. And this is a really good vehicle for them to all get an update on what I'm doing, where I'm at, and how I've been. So here we are. I've got two things I want to get into. One is the meat of it, and the other one is just as important, but comes as a really nice cherry on top. I'm going to try and keep this sub 10. I don't want to ramble too long, but I want to let you guys know what I'm doing. So first things first, as many of you know, I took a step away from my art career and my content creation career as Wise, like I said, 2 years ago. And at the time, that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because between the people I met, the work I did, and the opportunities that were given to me, I truly could not have had a better run. Waking up every day with, using my that creative nature that's always been in me and continues to be in me, and being able to execute that as an artist and as a content creator for 6 years really just was a dream come true in every sense of the word. And it all, that entire thing was founded around a lot of people choosing to believe in me, and a lot of people choosing to support my work and pushing me forward, and like I said, opening doors for me to walk through. And I just couldn't be more grateful for everybody far and wide that I had the pleasure of interacting with over that career, because it was everything to me, and it always will be. So I'm still Wise, I still go by Wise, but as all good things come to an end, eventually it was time for me to go, find some challenges in new directions. And so I went and got a bunch of part-time jobs, because I didn't want to feel super committed to any one place, and I didn't want to get burnt out on something right away. So I took a bunch of part-time jobs, and one of them was at a local mom and pop cafe here in Ogden called Two Bit Street Cafe. It had been here for 20 years in the same location, owned by the same two people, putting their heart and souls into it for all 20 years, building a really core community that was loyal to them, and gave them the opportunity to pursue that business for 20 years. And it was a really fun place. I started part-time, didn't think it was going to turn into much, found out pretty quickly I couldn't be more wrong. The people I was working, serving, I fell in love with. The people I was working with, I fell in love with, and the people I was working for, I fell in love with. It just felt like home right away. It was a really cool opportunity, and I went full-time because I had a lot of experience in hotels and restaurants from back in Wyoming, and it was just a type of place where if I had an idea and I came to them and they liked it, they would give me the opportunity to try and implement it. Or if it was just something I could get my hands dirty with, they said have at it. And they really allowed me to devote myself to it, and it just fed me as much as I fed into it. And I was just really grateful for the opportunity to work with them, to learn from them, and hang out and be a part of Two Bit. And we were all having a great time, and then we got some really, really bad news in December of 2023. After 20 years at that location, renting from the same people at the same building, were getting iced out of their lease on very short notice. We had a month. So that was December 1st. Christmas Eve was our last day of service, and with a Herculean effort of many hands, we were out of there by January 1st, all of it packed up in storage units or taken elsewhere. And then in lieu of that, there was obviously just a lot of uncertainty for everyone, like me, who was working there. But, more importantly, the owners of the place, who put their heart and soul into that building for 20 years and their business for 20 years, suddenly were kind of empty-handed, other than all of the materials to remind them of it. And they wanted to see their legacy live on, and they wanted to continue to build on it. And none of us working there, including myself, felt like Two Bit was the same without, or Ogden was the same without Two Bit, or a lot of the customers didn't either. It was, that was clear right away. And so the owners of the Two Bit approached me with the opportunity of a lifetime that I'm very grateful to be making good on now. So they came to me and said, you know, we want to see it live on, we want to continue to build on it, but we want to begin to pass the torch to you, and so that way in a few years, whenever they're ready, they could take their foot off the gas with it and just really enjoy the fruits of their labor without having to bleed for it every day. But the challenge then tasked to me was if I could find a new location, if I could find the resources, investment, and all that to get it running, then it would be mine to run with their guidance and their support, and most importantly, Penny's continued contribution. She was the chef at Two Bit, and she made almost all the food that came out of there for 20 years, and she's the mind behind it and the heart and soul of that place. So her you know, beginning to pass her baby off to me was just you know, a really special opportunity, and something I'm very grateful to have, and I'm very excited to, you know, like I said, make good on it. So we spent a couple months trying to find a location, find the resources. That was a roller coaster, as you can imagine. And we landed on this beautiful 13-story building here right on the corner of 25th Street in Washington. It was important for us to stay on historic 25th Street, and we ended up just 2 blocks up the road on the opposite side of the street. We're in a building called the Bigelow. It was a 13-floor hotel building for 95 of its 97 years that it's been in existence in its current state. In the last 3 years, it's all been converted to apartments upstairs, and what remains is a beautiful building, beautiful exterior, some beautiful ballrooms, really well preserved in the building, and the lobby is just stunning. If you've seen it, you know. And on the very corner of the restaurant, right on the corner of, you know, this really bustling intersection in town, you know, I think probably one of the busiest in town, is this restaurant space that had been sitting vacant for the last 5 years. And I'd gone by it many times wondering when somebody was going to do something with it. And when I walked in for the first time to check it out as this prospect for Two Bit, I truly had no idea that I had any chance that we would ever find a way to make it happen, and more importantly, that we would ever make it happen to this caliber. And I'm just so grateful for everything that's come in the last year and a half, despite the much blood, sweat, and tears that was required to get us here. So tomorrow morning, when I walk into this place, I will be walking in to open my doors for the grand opening of Two Bit Bistro. And so now, as the proud owner of Two Bit, I get to work with Penny and really continue to serve the community and build on this vision and build on this project and carry it into its next iteration with their guidance and support. And it's just been, like I said, truly the privilege of a lifetime. I can't even express, you know, coming on the heels of Wise, I didn't think Two Bit Street Cafe, that job was going to give me as much purpose as it did, but moving forward into what it is now, I'm just so grateful because it's really challenged me to put all of my experience in many, many facets of my life together, and I'm just so grateful for it because, like I said, I got to put it all together here. I got to do it with the wind in my sails of a whole community of loyal patrons and the guidance of these, you know, incredible people that have given me the opportunity and choose to believe in me. And more importantly, I have, you know, friends and family that have chosen to believe in me for my entire life, that really, you know, built on the character that they hoped I would become. And I've always, you know, strived to do those people proud. And that kind of leads into the second point. So July came and passed. I always try and post about it in July. I'm usually pretty late about it, but you know, we're really late on it now. It's February. We're going to be coming up on another one here soon, but on 10 years I celebrated the anniversary of my recovery. 10 years clean and sober has been holy hell, what a journey. As many of you can imagine, as many of you know, I didn't come into it necessarily happily or ready for what was to come. But it was a change necessitated by my environment, and I wasn't happy about it. But there was a lot of people who knew I needed it and really stuck with me. And you know, for many years up to that, especially, you know, there was a lot of people who really stuck by me, who really, you know, had plenty of business walking away from me. because at times I was so unteachable. I was so at the whim of my emotions. I was going through so many things during addiction and just my adolescence, and so many people still saw potential in me. I don't know how, but they did, and they took the time to talk with me, and they took the time to believe in me, and they took the time to keep up with me. And then when the day that I got sober, a lot of those people stuck around to see what would come of it, and a lot of those people over the subsequent years, you know, have really come back and said, like, you know, not too shabby, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here. The moral of the story is there's a lot of people that really believed in me in ways that I cannot express, and took hundreds, thousands of hours and time and effort and invested in it to me. And you know, ever since the day I got clean, it's kind of been a effort to repay it to them. And you know, July 15th of 2024, I passed the 10-year mark and celebrated 10 years. And I just, from everybody, my friends, family, far and wide, I could not be here without you, but I could not be the man I am today without you guys. I'm just so grateful for everybody who I've crossed paths with along the way that you know, allowed me to grow and to be myself along the way, and encouraged me. You guys are all with me. That list is so long, I don't even know, would never know where to start. But like, you guys are all here with me, and I mean that. So truly, from the bottom of my heart, everybody who's, you know, put the time into me over the years, I appreciate you guys, and I try to carry it with me and good nature it every day. And as far as the recovery stuff specifically goes, you know, obviously every day that I'm sober, I have the opportunity to be an example to people around me and to people who need that. And as many people know, you know, we keep what we have by giving it away and sharing that with others. And I continue to enjoy that opportunity and to give back to the greater world in the way that the greater world saw potential in me for years and years that I would never saw in myself. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the biggest thank you of all goes to my beautiful family. I have two wonderful girls who are just growing like weeds faster than I can control, and they've just turned to be the most, you know, remarkable human beings, and are just such a great symbol of the marriage that I've made with my wife, and everything that we've built on and gone through over the last 8 years together has really, you know, formed us into just a family I'm so proud of. And I assure you, this project has been so goddamn demanding. I do not deserve my family, but they love me every day nonetheless. And like I said, all three of these things are connected. I wouldn't have one of these things without recovery, and everything I build on from there. So to my family, you know, they're not going to watch this. I try to show my gratitude to them on a daily basis. But to far and wide, if you've made it this far, thank you for listening to my yammering. I tried to keep it sub 10. It's going to be a 14-minute video, but you know, tomorrow's the big day, February 22nd. Grand opening of 2 Bit Bistro. I've kind of put off making this video. I've tried to make this video a couple times over the last couple months, but I couldn't wait any longer, and so here it is. Like I said, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Until next time, everybody, please, please, please take care of yourselves, tell someone you love them, and we'll see you next time. Come see me, 2510 Washington Boulevard, Ogden, Utah. I'm not going anywhere, so we'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.